So on Facebook this week, if you go to our Facebook page, which is Focus Group Radio, we have two Facebook pages. One is The Focus Group with Tim Bennett and John Nash, and one is Focus Group Radio.
And
Focus
everybody
Group Radio,
refuses to move from the one to
people
the
refuse to
other.
move, and we have different audiences in each one, but I try to post the content on both. But Philadelphia this past week, in honor of Gay Pride, decided that the Philadelphia Human Rights Commission and the LGBT advocacy group. It's the LGBT Affairs in the city of Philadelphia. The director, Amber Hikes, is the person's name. They had a big unveiling of a new pride flag that they want everybody to accept, not only in Philadelphia but across the world. And it's been met with some consternation, I guess, for lack of a better word. But everyone knows what the original flag was. The original flag was done by Gilbert Baker in 1978 in San Francisco, and originally had 8 colors. And he had actually dyed the material at a laundromat in San Francisco, put the flag together, and then when he went to go get it mass produced, they found out that the color pink, which is on the top if you're watching on the video, and I might say around cyan, the blue,
Cyan is blue,
cyan
yeah.
blue, were not very prevalent. They couldn't find them. So he put the flag after a year, in terms of easier manufacturing, went down to 6 colors. And then if you go to the next slide, which has what the flag has been forever, and which each of the colors represented. And so as you can see, the flag has nothing to do with race. It really has to do about
These are totally life, healing, sunlight, nature, serenity, spirit.
right. So they
These are
said
not-
right. They said red was life. People have a right to life. Orange was healing. People have a right to be broken and seek healing. Yellow was sunlight, a symbol of being out and open in the daylight, a symbol of truth. Green was nature. Gay people are natural, not abnormal or unnatural. Blue was harmony and peace. We deserve to live in harmony and peace with all our neighbors. And purple was spirituality, that God does not hate us. So that was what the intent of the flag was. Well, Philadelphia's decided, and the feedback, as I said, has not been good by about 80%, but they decided to add black and brown to the top of the flag because they feel that people of color have been marginalized within the LGBT community, and this will represent all the brown and black brothers and sisters who have been not part of the LGBTQ movement. And so what do you feel about Philadelphia making the flag about race?
We talked at lunch, and by the way, I'm glad you had that panel put in where each color represented an aspect
Right.
of an individual, and race was really not part of it.
No, never was.
And I think that when we look at symbols evolve and change over time, right?
Yep.
And but I think it's important to understand the origin of a symbol and its intent. So the origin was all these, they're very affirming qualities, right? He just assigned an affirming quality to a color.
It's about being inclusive and included everybody, regardless of race. It was about sexual orientation.
And I think that Gilbert Baker himself has often said that it had nothing to do with whether you're white, you're black, you're whatever you're,
Right.
Wherever you come from, the flag just represented these things. So it's interesting when in 2017, when a city's LGBTQ commission and/or Office of LGBT Affairs decides to reinterpret a symbol, and not just reinterpret it, but literally say we are going to do this because we feel X, Y, and Z.
Right.
So that when you mention the 80% of people are not in favor of this.
Well, and that was anecdotal in all the comment section. Most people said,
Oh, I love the comments you forwarded to me.
yeah, the comments were essentially said,
Some are smart.
come on. And even people of color said, now you're talking about tokenism. If you're going to do this, where's the white stripe? Where's the gray stripe? What people are purple? If I'm going to call Asian people yellow, that's racist too.
Yeah.
So they went through this whole deal of, one of the bottom lines, somebody said, one of the issues they've found, particularly with millennials or what they're calling the younger gay LGBT community, is that they have kind of gone label crazy.
Oh yeah.
And they said that the fact that they said when you start adding so many labels to be unique, you end up being nothing
End up being nothing. Yeah.
because you've got so many labels. And you and I were talking about this. It's LGBTQI plus. What happened to gay?
It's gay.
So,
Well,
but you know, you and I are old school that way.